Hello, this is Johnny Henson, Professor Poole with Billiard University out of Phoenix, Arizona. Today, I'm going to talk to you guys about how to have a proper tripod bridge. Now, tripod is a unique bridge. It's usually used when you're shooting over the top of a ball. You can use it late, maybe when you're doing a jump shot, something like that, maybe a masse shot. But generally, when you're going to use it the most is when there's an object ball that's real close to your cue ball and you're having to go over the top of that other object ball. And that's usually when you're going to use it. Now, I'm going to show you different styles. The reason I believe in teaching different styles is because different people, maybe somebody has a stiff finger, maybe some people are more flexible. So I'm going to show you both styles, and you're going to have to practice them both. Maybe what's good for you is going to be one, maybe the other, or a combination between the two, okay? So basically, when we think of a tripod, what we're trying to do is we're trying to elevate over the top of the 5 in order to shoot the 1 in this example, okay? But what first thing I do, and you may not be able to see this on the camera, is I have my cue stick up against my body. So when I'm setting up my tripod bridge, I'm usually bringing my stick next to my body and then I hook this finger. So if you think about it, I'm going to do this towards you where it makes more sense. Okay, so what I try to do is I try to use my body as a guide, and so now what I'm doing with this finger is I'm just kind of pulling this finger toward my body, and I'm using my entire body as a guide. Okay, now that's the way I do it. Other people may do it a little different than that. Okay, so basically by the numbers, what we're going to do is we're going to act like there's a ball here. I'm going over the top. What I'm going to do is bring my cue into my body, get everything. Now from this point on, you do spread your fingers. I try to keep these two fingers together and then spread the other two. But if you notice, I just push down with probably 5 pounds of force, and that way this hand ain't going to move. And that gives me a real steady bridge, okay? So now, over the top of this, same thing. See, I line up, I pull my stick in, I get everything set, then I push my hand down, and there's my bridge, okay? Now, some people have said that you can set up with 2 fingers back. I'll show you this from the side view. 2 fingers back and 2 fingers forward. And then there's your bridge. It is very stable. I've practiced it. Maybe it's because of the way my fingers work. It's not very comfortable to me. And as long as I'm pushing down, and when I push down, it even hurts a little bit more. So, but it is proper technique. So I'll demonstrate one of those. What you're going to do is you're going to put these 2 fingers out, 2 fingers back. You're going to adjust your bridge to where it needs to be, and then you're going to, that's going to be pretty much what your bridge is going to be about right there. You can tell it's something I normally don't do, but I like to show that style because to some people that's the style they like to use. Another thing too that you're going to run into, let's say that there's other object balls, there is going to be times where you got to put your hand almost next to your deal, and this is going to be very restrictive, and that'd be another reason why you can never use the other one too. So what I'm saying, when you have plenty of room back here, it's pretty easy, but sometimes you run into situations where you have to find a way to just make a bridge, and you hope that the shot that you're shooting is very easy. So the tripod is something you need to practice. Good rule of thumb, try to use your body as your second guide. Have your bridge hand be your guide, and have your bridge hand be your guide, and also have your body kind of help guide the back of your stick. And try not to get too crazy with what you're trying to do with your cue ball. In other words, keep a simple shot. I mean, just be kind of grateful that you make the ball that you're shooting at, and maybe you can get shape on a fairly easy leave, But if you try to do too much when you're aiming up over the top of a ball, you're probably going to miss, or you're probably going to end up somewhere where you don't want to be. So try to keep it simple. I'm going to show you a simple drill, or describe a simple drill to get you used to this. We'll just use the 5 for example. It could be any object ball. But let's say you break a rack of that 9 ball or rack of 8 ball. Then what you want to do is grab a ball, maybe a ball that you've already made, and just follow your cue around. So each time that you're shooting a ball, you're having to aim over the top of this object ball. And what you're going to end up learning from that is you're going to learn how to do it and how to be very precise in hitting your cue ball. But it's also going to teach you what your limitations are. In other words, there might be certain things that are impossible from that elevated angle, and if you know they're impossible, you're not going to try them in a real game situation. So that's something that I would really recommend you doing, is just kind of trying to run a rack or two, just using obstructed ball behind your cue ball on every shot. And if you do that, within a short period of time, you're going to really start developing a really good tripod bridge, and it's really going to improve your game. So anyway, that's it for now, and good luck and good shooting.